किसी की मुस्कुराहटों पे हो निसार, किसी का दर्द मिल सके तो ले उधार, किसी के वास्ते हो तेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है। किसी की मुस्कुराहटों पे हो निसार, किसी का दर्द मिल सके तो ले उधार, किसी के वास्ते हो तेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है। माना अपनी जेब से फकीर है, फिर भी यारो दिल के हम अमीर हैं। माना अपनी जेब से फकीर है, फिर भी यारो दिल के हम अमीर हैं। मिटे जो प्यार के लिए वो जिंदगी, जले बहार के लिए वो जिंदगी, किसी को हो ना हो हमें तो एतबार, जीना इसी का नाम है। रिश्ता दिल से दिल के एतबार का, जिंदा है हम ही से नाम प्यार का। रिश्ता दिल से दिल के एतबार का, जिंदा है हम ही से नाम प्यार का। के मर के भी किसी को याद आएंगे, किसी के आंसुओं में मुस्कुराएंगे, कहेगा फूल हर कली से बार बार, जीना इसी का नाम है। किसी की मुस्कुराहटों पे हो निसार, किसी का दर्द मिल सके तो ले उधार, किसी के वास्ते हो तेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है।
When I started conceptualizing this program, I spoke to quite a few of my friends who are sitting here that there is something like this brewing in my head. The moment I shared it with them, they said I'm in. So I got the basic numbers there, and that gave me the motivation and encouragement to go on this path. So I thank all of you who were the first takers of this program. I know all of you are my friends, and somewhere deep within I also realized that Preeti is doing something, so let's support her, was the motive behind saying I am in. So I'm indeed grateful to each one of you for that support, the initial push. So thank you so much. Friends, this message went to quite a few hundreds. But out of those hundreds to whom the message reached, we are a tiny handful who are here today. The very reason is we are the chosen ones. We are the blessed ones. There is a high energy above us which has pre-decided that we should be here in this event today. It's a Sunday morning. Family outing, movies, shopping, household chores. There will be so many things which you all need to do. But in spite of that, you put everything aside and you have come here for that me time. I really appreciate, and I'm really blessed that I have a whole team like this with us today. So let us go through this experience, and at the end of it we will see how much better we have become. So I stand before you as a successful person. Name, fame, money, wealth, fan following, respect, lifestyle, status, you name it, and I have enjoyed it. Like me, each one of you who's sitting here is also a bundle of success in your own way. Along with success and its byproducts comes something called a subtle ego. And why not? For the experiences, our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, whatever we have gone through in life, definitely we feel that we know, we are experienced, we have the ego. But tell me one thing, when this subtle ego raises its hood, what happens? The learning curve diminishes. At this point, let me tell you a story. Kushal was a rich merchant. He was living in Ujjain. One day, when Kushal was relaxing in the veranda of his house, he saw the Buddha pass by. Kushal was astonished with the peace that Buddha wore on his face. He was smitten by Buddha's aura. The whole night, Kushal could not sleep. Next morning, he got up early, got ready, and went to the monastery. Seeking Buddha there, he asked Buddha, he requested him to make him his disciple. Buddha spoke to him for some time, and then he excused himself for a few minutes. Kushal sat there in the living room, and he got restless after 2 or 3 minutes. He started looking at his watch, and he started looking at the door with a hope to see Buddha. But Buddha was not there to be seen anywhere. Soon Kushal got more restless. He started pacing the room up and down. Soon the Buddha arrived. He was having a beautiful tray with a nice teapot and 2 teacups. Buddha placed the tray on the table and he asked Kushal, "Kushal, do you want to have some tea?" Kushal nodded. So Buddha started pouring the tea onto the cup. Soon the cup filled to the brim and the tea started overflowing to the cup. And from the cup, it went on to the saucer and then onto the table. Seeing this, Kushal screamed, "Stop! The tea is overflowing and it is going a waste." Buddha instantly stopped pouring the tea, looked straight at Kushal's face and said, "Exactly, Kushal. You are also full. Your cup is full. So, whatever knowledge I try to give you is going to overflow and it's going to go a waste. So, empty your cup and come back, Kushal." Kushal felt very disheartened because he wanted that peace what he saw in Buddha's face. With a sad, dejected face, he walked out of the room. He could not sleep the whole of next week. He kept working on himself. He kept thinking what he has to do. And finally, after 1 week, Kushal went back to the monastery. Seeking Buddha, he made the same request again. He said, "Buddha, please make me your disciple." Buddha again spoke to him for a few minutes. And after that, he got up, hugged Kushal and said, "Yes, I accept you as my disciple." Kushal went on to become one of Buddha's favorite disciples. Friends, like Kushal, can we all also empty our cups today and go through the process and at the end of it enjoy a beautiful experience? Divinity will definitely knock at some point. So are you all with me? Friends, whatever we are going to talk here today is something which all of you know. Everybody has heard this many number of times. Everybody has gone through a few experiences and everything is known to everybody. So whenever we are talking something and if you feel you are already living by it, then pat your backs and say thank you God inside. Murmur it inside. Thank you God thank you God because I'm already on the right path. There are a few things which you will be following, few things you will not be following. Even then, pat your back and thank God that at least now you have a new perspective in life. Some of you might want to start on this journey of gratitude. You might be waiting at the station, but you do not know how to start, where to start and when to start. So for such people, it is going to be an amazing platform to board the train of gratitude. So pat yourselves as many times as possible whenever we talk anything, if you're doing it, you're leaving by, please pat yourself bindas. This is your me time. Nobody is there between you and yourself. Okay? So, now I would like to tell you another story. Where no matter whichever platform we are at right now, wherever we are, at the end of these 2 hours, we are definitely going to be on the train and we are going to move further ahead. Kamla was living in a village. She was very happy, very boisterous, cheerful, bubbly, and she was a very friendly and affectionate person. She was living with her 2 daughters. When the daughters came of marriageable age, Kamla got them married. And very soon after the marriage, a few weeks later, Kamla started becoming very quiet. She stopped mingling with anybody in the village. After some more days, she became very sad. She wore a very dejected look. She looked very devastated and she was in a very pathetic state. Most often than not, she was seen crying. The villagers who loved her so much, they were worrying. They said, what happened? What has happened to our friend? Why is she becoming like this? They tried talking to her. They tried reasoning it out with her. They tried comforting her. They tried consoling her. But they did not succeed. So Kamla went through this for quite some time. The villagers did not know how to help their friend. And they were all clueless as to what was happening. One fine day, it so happened that the villagers heard that the Buddha was visiting the neighboring village. The villagers had heard so much about Buddha, they thought, maybe we are not able to help our friend. Maybe the Buddha can help her. So they decided to take Kamla to Buddha. They went to Kamla's place. They told her, hey Kamla, you know what? There is a monk who has come to the neighboring village. He is very nice. Come, let's go meet him. But Kamla was not in a mood to go anywhere. She was very sad. She said, no, you people carry on. I don't want to come. But the villagers wanted to help Kamla. So they kept insisting, no Kamla, come, it'll make you feel good. Come, it's something nice. Let's go see what it is. Let's see what he has to say. Finally, Kamla could not refuse. She agreed to go with her village friends to the next village. And there, Kamla sat in front of Buddha and Buddha told. He spoke to Kamla so compassionately with so much love that Kamla could not do anything but she just burst out. She started crying profusely in front of Buddha. Buddha comforted her, consoled her and asked her, what is the matter with you? Why are you so sad? Why are you crying? And then Kamla told that she was very worried for her daughters. She told Buddha, Buddha, I have 2 daughters. The older one is married to a noodle seller and the younger one is married to an umbrella seller. I'm very worried for my daughters. A big tragedy has befallen my daughters. Buddha asked, okay, in what way? So Kamla said that on rainy days, my elder daughter cannot dry her noodles. I think of her and I cry. And on sunny days, nobody buys my younger daughter's umbrellas. I think of her and cry. If this is the state, then how will their house run? How will they enjoy life? What will happen to my daughters? This thought is worrying me, Buddha. I just can't live with this. Buddha comforted Kamla and said, there is nothing wrong. It is only that you need to change your perspective. From thinking of your elder daughter on rainy days, you start thinking of your elder daughter on sunny days drying her noodles. And on rainy days, think of your younger daughter who is selling her umbrellas. So that way, both your daughters are happy. They are making a lot of money. Please talk to your daughters and they would say this. Kamla's eyes listening to this lit up. Her face was bright again. The sad and dull face suddenly shone bright. And she said, yes, Buddha, thank you so much. This thought never occurred to me. And from then, Kamla started thinking of her older daughters on sunny days drying her noodles, and she was so happy and cheerful. And on rainy days, she thought of her younger daughter and she was so happy and cheerful. So Kamla became her old original self, happy, cheerful, bubbly, friendly, caring, loving. And all the villagers were so happy because they had found their friend back. Friends, I was also exactly like that Kamla. My issues were endless and I used to take pride in them. I had a problem with everything. If it is hot, oh no, it is so hot, I'll get tanned. If it was cold, oh no, this cold I just can't bear. If it was raining, my first thought would be, oh my god, should I go to the parlor? It's raining, who will come? And these were, if my husband said something, I would say, oh god, what do I deserve to get this man as my husband? If my daughter back answered, I would say, it was better not to have this. I can't manage all this. There is nothing to smile and laugh. I was like this. Before 2003, I was like this. I had a big list of complaints. If the staff does not come, I have a problem. If the staff does not do something, I have a problem. If the food is not good, I have a problem. For everything, I had a problem. But my prayers would be, why God? Why me for all these troubles? Why? What have I done to deserve this? Am I not good? Am I doing something wrong? Then why these problems for me? This is not fair. I used to cry. Tears used to flow down my cheeks in resentment and hurt. Many a times I've thought of so many things. But then, from there, today, I wake up in gratitude and I sleep peacefully in the lap of gratitude. From why me God, why me for all the troubles, to thank you God, thank you so much for everything. In every challenge, I say, thank you God, you have sent this to me to make me a better person, to prepare me for something big. The journey from there to here, it's taken me years, but it's been a very gratifying experience. The peace and bliss that I experience today is something phenomenal. And I pray that each one of you who is sitting here should experience this peace and bliss. Because in peace and bliss is where we connect to ourselves, is where we connect to our creators. The transformation for me happened in one such program where I was a participant, and there for the very first time I heard gratitude is the mother of all virtues. So when I heard this sentence for the first time, I said, yes, there is something in this. Let me try. When I started trying, trust me friends, it was a mere thank you, lip service it was. I never felt anything. But then because I heard it, I wanted to walk on that path, I started saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But I never felt the thank you. But when I kept doing that day in and day out, somewhere without my knowledge, without knowing, automatically I had started feeling that thank you. And when that journey started, it accelerated the process. And somewhere I'm standing here before you in gratitude. So this is what I experienced, and I'm sure divinity will definitely knock at our doors sometime or the other if we are on that path. As I told you earlier, most of the things that we are talking here, you will all know, you would have heard about it, you would have read about it, you would have seen somewhere. So as I told, pat your backs if you know it and you're doing it. Pat your backs if there's a new perspective to it. If you're boarding the train just now, even then pat your back because you're here and you started on the journey. But I never see anybody patting their backs. Anyways, okay. So let us see, we have our guiding angels here who are in the age group of 8 and 11. Let us see what they have to tell you all or tell us all. So I call upon Ira, our first guiding angel, to come and express her gratitude. Yes.
Namaste. Today, if I am standing in front of you, it is because of my parents. My mother has gone to lot of pain while giving birth to me. In spite of that, my mother loves me very much. My mother puts me above and before everything. When I was a baby, I would wet the bed, but my mother immediately shifted me to the dry side and would sleep in the wet side. My mother used to spend many sleepless nights to take care of me. Even now, if I'm not well, my mother tells me stories. My mother sits beside me throughout the night. When I don't get sleep, my mother tells me stories and puts me to sleep. My mother cooks my favorite food and makes me smile. My mother helps me with my homework and projects. My mother is a wonder woman who displays abundance of love, care, warmth, and patience. I thank my mother for being an excellent mother in the world. Thank you, Mama. My father was the first person to hold me in his arms. From then on, I am his bundle of joy. He worked hard from morning to night to take care of me, to give me the best education, toys, food, and best of everything. I am very close to my father. I love him very much. He is my rock star. Thank you, Mama and Papa, for bringing me into this world and giving me the best life. Thank you.
Thank you, Guiding Angel Era. So friends, when Era was talking, I think all of you also would have related to your parents. You would also have muttered a thank you to your parents. Yes, all parents do the same thing. They put children before themselves, like what you have also done, what your parents have also done. So somewhere, close your eyes for a second. Thank your parents. So we have our next guiding angel, Mrinali. Let's see what she has to say.
ಶಾಲೆಗೆ ಚಕ್ಕರ್ ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಜರ್ ಲೆಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ ಸೊನ್ನೆ ನಮಸ್ತೆ we survive because of food. We consume food because we need energy. The grain that sits on my plate had come from a deeper fate. We got food only because of the grace of the sun. We should all be grateful for the plentifulness of food we got. Let's all thank the farmers who have tended our fields just to grow our food. Let us also show our gratitude to the healthy food that we are getting just to be healthy. Food is a fuel to our body. When we consume food, we feel so energetic and so strong. It helps to build immunity and to fight against germs. In the worship and offering of food to God and goddesses is a popular practice all over the world. In our traditions, we chant Annapurne Sadapurne Shankara Pranavallabhe Jnana Vairagya Siddhyartham Bhiksham Dehim Cha Parvati. Let us also thank our mothers who have prepared lunch for us early in the morning and packed our lunch for school. There are so many people out there who don't even have a morsel of food, and we shouldn't be wasting food. So it all started from the hard work of the farmers, to the factory where the grains are separated, then to the shop, then onto our plate. Today, let's show our thankfulness to the energy being which gives us life and vitality, that is food. On behalf of everyone, I thank food. Annapurne Sadapurne Shankara Pranavallabhe Jnana Vairagya Siddhyartham Bhiksham Dehim Cha Parvati. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrinali. Yes, friends, we also say Annadata Sukhi Bhava. But in the fast pace of life, what do? How many times do we say Annadata Sukhi Bhava, which does not even take 5 minutes? In gratitude, let's close our eyes for 2 seconds and thank all the farmers, the entire food supply chain, the retail outlets, all the truck drivers, each and every person who is instrumental to reaching the food from the land to onto our plates. So Annadata Sukhi Bhava. Let us also pledge whenever we eat. Let us take this 2 seconds and thank all of them every day on a daily basis with every meal of ours. So we have our next guiding angel, Stuti. Let us see what she has to say.
Good morning, everyone. I have a question. Supposing you want to climb the second or the seventh floor of a building, what is it what you need to climb it? You all will agree with me, we either need a ladder, staircase, or a lift. If these are missing, do you think we can reach the second floor also? There is no chance. Similarly, in our lives, if we want to reach higher or be successful, we need the same elevators. I stand before you as a student along with a few of my friends here. Amongst you, there may be an engineer, doctor, HR professional, banker, homemakers, etc. And when I grow up, I want to be an entrepreneur. The transition is from a student to a businesswoman, from just an egg to a beautiful butterfly. I get my wings to fly from my parents, school, and teachers. You all must have heard of a TV remote which we fiddle with to control our TVs. If there's no battery in it, do you think it'll work? There is no chance. Similarly, in our lives, without our teachers, we are useless. We would be completely different persons if our teachers were absent in our lives. Have we ever realized the kind of efforts our teachers put to make us into beautiful human beings? But I have a question. Have we ever realized that teachers start as teachers and end as teachers, but we start as students and end as something big, maybe a businessman or a woman, a doctor or a scientist? Behind all this success are those little shining lamps called our teachers. They continue shining as lamps, brightening the paths of many year after year like you and me. And they are our guiding lamps who guide us through life no matter what. Have we realized that they do so much for us? They guide us through life, they educate us with the curriculum, they impart knowledge, and so much more. They are a role model for dedication. But I have a question. Have we ever thanked these pillars wholeheartedly? So, on this occasion, on behalf of everybody present here, I would love to thank all the teachers across the world for their fantastic service they provide. They are a walking, talking role model of love and patience. If you all agree with me, put your right hand out and pledge to thank your teachers on a daily basis. Thank you.
Yes, friends, all of us are professionals here. All, as I told you in the initial stages, that we are all successful people who are sitting here. All of you would definitely agree with Stuti that there are teachers who have got us to this pedestal in life. So if yes, a big thumbs up to Stuti. Thank you so much. We have our next guiding angel, Vedarian. Let us see whom he wants to express his gratitude to. Ved.
Namaste everyone. Today I am standing here to celebrate our amazing doctors. Imagine you have a superhero friend who wears a white coat instead of a cape. And they are called Dr. Marvelous. These fantastic doctors are the ones who we are thanking today. Why? Well, let's imagine our friend Ram, who is just 10 years old and got a little sick. Who came to rescue? Dr. Marvelous, of course. These doctors have the superpower called knowledge to understand what's wrong with their bodies. When Ram had a fever, Dr. Marvelous used a thermometer to check. It's like a special wand that helps to check what's wrong inside. Dr. Marvelous scientists used a stethoscope to check Ram's heartbeat. It's like having a superhero friend with a super hearing power. Our doctors work 24/7, 365 days so that we remain healthy. How many times have we gone back and told our superheroes called doctors, thank you after we became well? Today, let us thank all our doctors who toiled in and day out to make this a healthier world. Thank you, doctors.
Thank you, Ved. Yes, friends, this is a question to all of you. All of us at some point or the other have gone to doctors. But after we've become well, have we called him or have we gone back to the doctor and said a thank you? If not, if you have done it, pat your backs. I don't see people patting your backs. If not, from today onwards, let us start thanking our doctors. Let us start following the path of Ved because he's given us a new perspective. Thank you so much, Ved. Yeah, next we have our another guiding angel, Meera Sharma. Let us see what she has to share.
Namaste. Good morning, all. Today I will tell you a story. Once upon a time, the earth was a beautiful place to call home. They had the freshest air, crystal clear water, warm sunshine, dense forests, and fresh fruit. Mother Earth did her best to make this world that we call home the best for all human beings. But there was one village that was particularly gloomy. One day, she went to the village in the disguise of a woman and asked a man near a shop, "Sir, why is the village so gloomy?" The man replied, "Mother Earth does not give us any rain. Because of this, all our crops are dying." Mother Earth went back and ordered the rain clouds to go to the village. A few days passed and she went back. This time the village was even more gloomy. So she asked a woman near a house, "Madam, why is the village so gloomy?" The woman replied, "Mother Earth has given us no sunshine. Because of this, all our crops are dying." Mother Earth spotted a small pumpkin near the woman's feet and said, "What about that pumpkin? It will make a fine meal for you and your family." The woman replied in shock, "This little pumpkin, a fine meal for my family, it's not even sufficient for one." Mother Earth went back and ordered the Surya Devta, the sun god, to add more of his sunshine to the village. A few weeks passed and she went back to the village. It was even more gloomy. So she asked a man in a shop that, "Sir, why is the village so gloomy?" The man replied, "Mother Earth has given us no wind at all. Because of this, all our crops are dying." Mother Earth spotted a large sack of rice inside the shop and said, "What about that sack of rice? It would make a nice meal for you and your family." The man replied in shock, "That sack of rice, a sufficient meal for me and my family? There is no curd, no ghee, no sabzi. Who eats plain rice? No one." Mother Earth went back and ordered the cool sea breeze to go to the village. This cycle happened for many days. And one day when she went back to the village, she saw a little girl playing near a house. She was surprised because the little girl was playing so peacefully and happy. She had never seen anybody happy in the village for a long time. So she went to the girl and asked, "Hello, what is your name?" The girl replied, "My name is Raghavi." Mother Earth asked Raghavi, "Raghavi, how do you like the village's weather?" Raghavi said, "Why wouldn't I like the village's weather? It's so pleasant and nice." Mother Earth was surprised and asked another question. "Raghavi, how did you like it when the village was sunny? Or how did you like it when the village was raining?" Raghavi said, "When it was sunny, the It welcomed me like it was saying, like how the sunshine said hello. When it was raining, I felt like a little princess surrounded with tiny pearls. Mother Earth was so happy and thanked Raghavi. She enveloped her in her arms and said, Raghavi, do you want the other villagers to thank the weather that Mother Earth gives us? Raghavi said, I do, but they never listen. Mother Earth said, if you keep trying, it might happen. A few weeks went by, and Raghavi changed the village completely. It was a happy village now. So, we should be more grateful to the weather and thank Mother Earth for giving us our homes and the weather she gives us to have food and other essentials in our life. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Meera. Yes, friends. Sorry. Yes, from Meera, what do we learn? As I said, I was a crickpot. It was sunny, it was raining, it was cloudy, it was windy. Whatever I had, I used to complain. So from Meera, we learned that, no matter what the weather is, we have so much of technology. Sunny days, we on AC. We have the umbrellas to carry. We have AC cars. Everything is there now today. So let us enjoy the weather that God has gifted us, that Mother Nature is giving us, and lead a blessed life. So we have our next guiding angel, Avni.
Wishing you all a happy new year and a very good morning. Just think if the world was plain without no oxygen to breathe and no colors around us, don't you think it would be so plain? But God has given us people everything to enjoy this life. We have oxygen and so many beautiful colors around us. Just think, have you ever said thank you to these trees who work hard to give us fresh oxygen to breathe? Nowadays, people cut trees and people pick flowers, and that is not the right way to thank nature. You can plant more trees and more flowers, and the more you help it, the more oxygen we get to breathe. People should also start thanking these lovely medicinal trees and shade-giving trees. They also have small and big values in them. It can help us when we have a fever, cough or cold, or on hot sunny days like tulsi, rice grass, lemongrass, people trees and banyan trees. These all have the benefits to help us so much and make life so much more easier for us. Just think, for 5 minutes, if the oxygen is cut off, we people get so tensed. Oh my God, what is going to happen to us? Are we going to live? No, right? So we people can also understand this value of trees in this gratitude program. So let us all start thanking these trees which help us so much in our daily work and make life so much more easier for us. On behalf of everyone, I thank these trees. Thank you, trees.
Thank you, Avni. Yes, there is something again for us to thank. Trees. How often do we thank the trees? And now, as she rightly said, if oxygen is cut off for 5 minutes, what will happen to us? Even the very thought that traveling the lift and the lift stops is so scary. So let us all start thanking our trees from now on. So we have our next guiding angel, Pranav. Let us see what he has to say.
ಈ ಸ್ಮೆಲ್ಲಿನಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ. ಓಹ್, ಈ ತರಕಾರಿಗಳಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಆಚೆ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. ಅಪ್ಪ, ನಾನು ಈ ಸ್ಮೆಲ್ಲನ್ನ 5 ನಿಮಿಷದವರೆಗೂ ತಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಹೌಸ್ ಕೀಪಿಂಗ್ ಅವರು ಮತ್ತು BBMP ಕರ್ಮಚಾರಿಗಳು ಹೆಂಗೆ ತಡ್ಕೋತಾರೋ ಅವ್ರ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ನೋಡಿದೆ. ಅವ್ರು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಸಾನ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ನಾವು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೇ ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬಿಡಿ, ನಾವು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಮನುಷ್ಯರ ಥರನೂ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಟ್ರಾಶ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಎಸೆಯೋದು, ಬಾಟಲ್ ಎಸೆಯೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ನಾವು ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ದಟ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಹಾಲಿಡೇಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಎಮರ್ಜೆನ್ಸೀಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದಂದರೆ ಅವ್ರು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಸ ನೆತ್ಕೊಂಡೋಗ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ BBMP ಕರ್ಮಚಾರಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಹೌಸ್ ಕೀಪಿಂಗ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank you, Pranav. Yes, like Pranav rightly said, they also have emergencies. They also have festivals. They also have kids at home who would be sick. So they also will be going through everything. God has put us on a higher pedestal. And being on a higher pedestal means being more compassionate, being more sympathetic, being more empathetic. So friends, from now onwards, if we have not been doing this all these years, let us start being more considerate towards the people who are helping to keep our community clean, to keep our homes clean, to keep our cities clean. Just imagine if the maid is not coming and we get a call, our mood goes fat. It's after all a maid and our mood goes fat. Imagine if the trash is in our house for more than a week. And what is the kind of health hazards these people face? As he rightly said, we cannot bear the pungent smell even for 5 minutes. They are working day in and day out. Let's be more compassionate towards our fellow human beings and treat them well with respect. All they need from us is a little bit of love and a little bit of care. So let's start communicating to them that they matter to us. So we have our next guiding angel, Sun.
It is so sunny outside. I wish I had some water to drink. It is so hot. Imagine the world without water. Do you think that you and I would survive if there was no water? Without water, we would be dehydrated and fall sick. From the time we get up, brushing our teeth, taking bath, cooking and cleaning, we need water for everything. Our body consists of 75% of water. It is this water within our body that keeps us healthy. Even trees, plants, animals, birds, everybody need water to survive. We get fresh, clean water from our lakes and rivers. Have you ever paused to say thank you to our water, lakes and rivers? On behalf of everyone here, I thank our lakes and rivers, which is a part of life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sanvi. Yes, friends, Sanvi has already talked about water. Just imagine, we can just take a small example of our own ladies group. The taps go dry. In less than 5 minutes, there are so many messages. Have we ever thanked the person who is instrumental, who goes and switches on the tap, switches on the motors? Have we thought of that? No water is a big thing for us. How difficult it is just to keep a bucket of water handy for us in case of such emergencies. We do not want to take that small trouble, but we don't even pause to thank the people who are instrumental in giving us supply throughout, continuous supply. So let us be grateful to all those people along with water who are sourcing all these things to our doorsteps. So we have our little star guiding angel Medini, who is going to talk to us about her gratitude message.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನಾವು ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇದೇ ಅಲ್ಲವಾ? ನಾವು ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಶಾಲೆಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೇವೆ ಮತ್ತು ದೊಡ್ಡವರು ಆಫೀಸಿಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದವರು ಕೆಲವರು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾರೆ, ಟಿವಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಜಾಲಿಯಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಕೆಲವರು ಶಾಪಿಂಗ್, ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಎಂದು ಕಾಲ ಕಳೆಯುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಸಂಜೆ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಕ್ಕಿಗಳು ಗೂಡಿ ಸೇರಿದಂಗೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಮನೆಗೆ ಸೇರುತ್ತೇವೆ. ರಾತ್ರಿ ನೆಮ್ಮದಿಯಾಗಿ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ರಾತ್ರಿ ಕನಸು ಕಾಣುತ್ತಾ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಬಾಂಬ್ ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ವಿಸ್ಫೋಟ ಆದರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ. AK-47 ರೈಫಲಿಂದ ಗುಂಡುಗಳು ಹಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಆದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕತೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಏನೂ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡದೆ ನೆಮ್ಮದಿಯಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನೆಮ್ಮದಿಯಾಗಿ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಏಕೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದ ಸೈನಿಕರು ನಮಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶವನ್ನು ಕಾಪಾಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೈನಿಕರ ಮನೆ, ಮಠ, ವಯಸ್ಸಾದ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮಂದಿರು, ಪುಟಾಣಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋರಾಡುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ನೀರಿನಲ್ಲಿ, ಆಕಾಶದಲ್ಲಿ, ದಟ್ಟವಾದ ಕಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೀಮೆಯನ್ನು ರಕ್ಷಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಗಾಳಿ, ಮಳೆ, ಬಿಸಿಲು, ಸೆಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ಎದುರಿಸುತ್ತಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೀಮೆಯನ್ನು ರಕ್ಷಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾವು ರಾತ್ರಿ ಮೂವಿ ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡು ವಾಪಸ್ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬರುವಾಗ ಒಬ್ಬ ಕಳ್ಳ ಒಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಚಾಕು ಹಿಡಿದರೇನೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವ ಹೊರಟೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂತಾದರಲ್ಲಿ ಜೀವ ಭಯ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ತನ್ನ ಎದೆಯ ಮೇಲೆಯೇ ಗುಂಡು ಸಹಿಸಲು ಸದಾ ಸಿದ್ಧರಾಗಿರುತ್ತಾರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೈನಿಕರು. ಆಫೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ರಜೆ ಸಿಗದೇನೆ ನಾವು ಹೇಗಾಡುತ್ತೇವಲ್ಲ, ಅಂಥದ್ರಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ರಜದಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಕರೆ ಬಂದರೆ ಓಡುತ್ತಾರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೈನಿಕರು. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಡೀ ಪರಿವಾರ ಇದನ್ನು ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಥರ ಇಡೀ ವಂಶನೇ ದೇಶ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮಂಥ ದೇಶವಾಸಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಸೇವೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸೈನಿಕರಿಗೆ ಹ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್. ಇಂತಹ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೈನಿಕರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿಯೂ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಜೈ ಹಿಂದ್, ಜೈ ಭಾರತ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank you so much, Medini. Yes, how many times have we thought that we are peacefully working, we are all peacefully sitting here? How? So it is because of families who have dedicated themselves to take care of civilians like us and take care of our country. So let us close our eyes for a minute. Thank all our soldiers who are instrumental in us living this peaceful, blissful life. Thank you so much. Just give me a second, we'll see if those people are here. We will do that, otherwise we'll move ahead. They have to come. Okay. Friends, you have heard all our little angels, guiding angels talk all this while. Now let's go to some real life stories. How many of you have heard of Ramakrishnan from Tamil Nadu? Ramakrishnan was born in the year 1954 in Salem. He moved on to Tanjore for his higher studies, and from then they shifted to Ayakudi. Ayakudi was a small town and it did not have any engineering colleges. And Ramakrishnan was brilliant from his childhood. He wanted to do his engineering. So he moved out of Ayakudi, took up a mechanical engineering course in a government college. He was going to be the first engineer of Ayakudi. He was a celebrated hero. People came to see him off. And you know, villages, how much they do. They come with drums and they come with garlands, and they really treated him as a hero. Ramakrishnan was brilliant. He kept passing with good marks. And when he came into the fourth semester, when he was in the fourth year of engineering, he decided to choose his career path, and he wanted to become a naval officer. He came to Bangalore for an interview with the naval officer, for the post of naval officer. He passed all his tests very well, and even the naval officers, the interviewers, were very happy with Ramakrishnan. But before that, every time Ramakrishnan went back to his village, to Ayakudi during his holidays, every time he got a fantastic welcome with all the drums and garlands. They used to carry him on his shoulders and take him around in a procession. He was actually a celebrity for them because he was going to be the first engineer of Ayakudi. So when he was going through the process of the interview, he had passed all his interviews, and finally he was giving his physical endurance test. In that, he had to jump from the treetop and he fell down. When he fell down from there, accidentally his neck went and hit a parapet wall and he lost consciousness. When he regained consciousness, he was in a hospital and there were doctors around him. He looked around and asked the doctor, "Doctor, have you forgotten my legs? Where are my legs? I can't feel it." Ramakrishnan had become quadriplegic, meaning that neck downwards he had lost total senses, total control of his body. It wouldn't move. His brain was working perfectly fine. He could see, he could hear, he could talk. But below the neck, nothing was working. He had lost control of his urinary bladder. He had lost control of his bowel movements as well. For 3 months, the doctors tried hard to get him back to normalcy, but nothing worked. Since he met with an injury when he was giving an interview with the naval people, they shifted him to the military hospital in Pune. Even there, Dr. Amma, who was the senior orthopedic surgeon, tried day in and day out to get Ramakrishnan out of there. Imagine a 21-year-old person, bedridden. So doctors put in their 100% efforts in getting him back, but none of the medicines worked. An engineer to be, a naval officer to be, and all of a sudden, all his dreams shattered. Where he was seeing dreams of taking care of his parents, taking care of his siblings, he had become bedridden. After 9 months, the military officer said, "We cannot keep him here any longer because there is a dearth of bed." So, Ramakrishnan's parents did not have any other option but to take Ramakrishnan along with them to Ayakudi. When Ramakrishnan along with his parents reached Ayakudi, the whole place had a deserted look. On his arrival, where he used to see celebrations, were a total deserted look. This dampened Ramakrishna's heart. What was his mistake? For no fault of his, he met with an accident. He felt very sad. The parents took him home, put him on a cot, and in Tamil Nadu, most of the times outside the village, outside the house, they have these cots with the ropes tied. So they put Ramakrishnan on one such cot, and Ramakrishnan had to lay there. Even to turn sides, he needed help. He was dependent. And in Tamil Nadu, there are so many flies. Even if flies come and bothered him, Ramakrishnan could not do anything. He was so helpless. No control on bowel movements, no control on urinary bladder. Even if he dirtied the bed, he had to stay lying there unless and until one of his family members came to help him. Imagine the plight of Ramakrishnan's parents. 21-year-old, peak of youth, a brilliant, fantastic person, totally bedridden. How would they take care of him? Seeing his parents in this plight, Ramakrishnan thought of ending his life. But even for that, his limbs were not working. He was dependent on somebody. Tears would flow down Ramakrishnan's cheeks. Continuously he would cry, he would weep, but nothing, he could not see any way. One fine day, Ramakrishnan had a thought. He thought that why am I crying like this? If I have to live with this, if I have to survive with this, I can't continue with my life like this. It does not matter what I have. What matters is what I do with what I have. My brain is working perfectly fine. I can talk. I can hear. I can listen. I can see. So let me do what I can do with that. He requested his siblings to get him a couple of students whom he could teach. His parents and siblings tried hard. They went around. They kept telling people Ramakrishna is willing to teach. Come learn from him. But nobody wanted to come and learn from Ramakrishna. They would not even want to come onto the street where Ramakrishna is sleeping, because if they come, Ramakrishna would ask them to turn him. Ramakrishna would ask him to give him water. So some of the other work he would give. So they stopped coming to the street. It was a deserted street totally. Nobody wanted to come and learn from him. Ramakrishna again requested his siblings, please try. his siblings went to the neighboring villages and somehow convinced people, and he got 4 students. These 4 students started coming to Ramakrishnan for tuitions, and the fantastic marks that these 4 students got was enough for Ramakrishnan to become a hero again. Lot of students from all the neighboring villages started coming to him for tuitions. Where he was taking tuitions initially for 2 hours in a day, now Ramakrishnan started taking tuitions for 12 hours, 14 hours, helping so many children. Along with taking the academic portions for them, Ramakrishnan also started motivating and encouraging the villagers and the students. Very soon he became very popular. From the cot, he advanced himself to a wheelchair. Sitting on a wheelchair, he toured all the villages along with his students, motivating and encouraging people. From being totally dependent, totally helpless, he went on to become a ray of hope to so many millions of people. In the year 1982, he started the Amar Seva Sangam in, I'm so sorry, I forgot the name. He started Amar Seva Sangam somewhere in Tamil Nadu. And Amar Seva Sangam is the only place in the entire world which is run by totally handicapped people. Everybody there is a handicap. And the place, they say it's a 30-acre land which is very beautiful. In fact, when I heard this story, the person who narrated the story said, once in a lifetime you should visit. It is so beautifully made, so friendly for all the handicapped people. They run schools for everybody, they run schools for the handicapped, they have training centers, vocational training centers, skill development centers, they have rehabilitation centers, they have clinics there who do physiotherapy and help people who are injured. So it is a fantastic place. He was a hero, went down to become a zero, rose up to become a hero, and he's been awarded the Padma Shri. He is Padma Shri Ramakrishnan, and Meera said she knows about it, so she will definitely know he is also an awardee. Right, Meera? Yes. So it is what was a big tragedy for him, what was a big misery for him, he converted into a blessing. He is one of the most sought after person. All the prime ministers and presidents of countries come to him. Funds keep pouring in into his. Was it so good initially? No. Initially he had to struggle. When he used to go to motivate people, he used to go to encourage people, he used to also ask them for funds. And today he is a celebrity. 1954 to 2024, imagine he would be somewhere around late 70s. So Ramakrishnan is a celebrated hero across. So what we learn from the Ramakrishnan story is what seems like a misery today can be converted into a blessing. Friends, all of you sitting here, I know, as I said, you have all come with your share of experiences. So many times it happens, right? When we are going through an issue, when we are going through a problem, we say, I don't know why I'm going through this, why this for me? After a few years, we say, ayo, it was only that much. But what we are going through today, again we say, ayo, why this for me? After a few years, we are going to laugh at this also. We are capable of turning every misery into a blessing. That is the power we have. So from the Ramakrishnan story, that is what I learned, that no matter what we are going through, we can convert it into a blessing. And when we are on that path, divinity will definitely be with us. All good will happen to us. So this is the Ramakrishnan story. And I can go on and on and on, tell you so many more stories. All of you know Amitabh Bachchan, the superstar of Bollywood. Yes? Amitabh Bachchan, he wanted to become an announcer, he wanted to become a singer, he went to Akashvani. And when he went to Akashvani for an interview, he was outright rejected. They said, with this voice, you want to sing? With this voice, you want to talk? Not possible, go. Amitabh Bachchan was very dejected. He said, I've come to Mumbai, what do I do? He said, okay, let me try my hands at becoming a hero. He went for auditions. They said, with this height, where will we get heroines to match you? Not possible. He used to stand outside studios for hours together. But he was very determined. And from then, Anand gave him the break. And all of us know where Amitabh reached. Did he stay there at the peak? He fell from there. What was his fault? He was doing his work on the sets of Coolie. He met with an accident. What was Amitabh's fault? He lay in the hospital for months together. What was his fault? The whole nation came together to pray for his well-being. And Amitabh fought against his issue, rose again to become a hero. Did he stay there again? He put his hands for a fashion show in Bangalore. And what happened? He lost most of his money. He was almost on the verge of becoming bankrupt. A hero, zero, rose to a hero, fell down to a zero, rose again to become a hero, fell down again, and then the KBC happened in his life. The superstar of the big screen was willing to come down to the small screen. Amitabh was one of the first few people who worked on small screen. What a major decision. But that changed his fate. That changed his life. Today, any ad you see, wherever you see, Amitabh, Amitabh, Amitabh. When KBC started, people were not seen on the streets. They were all glued to the television sets when it initially started. So he converted his miseries, his problems into blessings. Sudha Chandran. She was a flourishing dancer. What was her mistake? She lost both her legs in an accident. Was she wrong? She was only traveling from one place to another place to give her performance. Where did she go wrong? But lost both her legs to fame. Did she stop at that? She wore prosthetic limbs and danced her way to glory. Doctors told her, don't even try it. It is not possible. But it was her determination. She was determined to convert her misery into a blessing. And that is how Sudha Chandran danced her way to glory. A zero went on to become a hero, an excellent dancer, fell down again for no fault of hers. She rose to celebrity status again. Deepika Padukone, our latest versions for our young stars. At the peak of her career, everything was flourishing. She was getting good movies, she was getting name, fame, recognition, everything was there with her. What happened to her? She went through a phase of depression. What was her fault? What was her fault? It can happen to anybody. They were physically injured, she is mentally injured. From there, she again rose, came out of her depression, and she started a unit for depression, helping so many more people. Deepika goes from village to village, helping people come out of this state. Nobody knew Deepika, went on to become a heroine, went on to the highest peak of success, fell down again, rose high up again, and today she is again a star. Sachin Tendulkar, for all the cricket lovers here. When Sachin Tendulkar was playing the World Cup series, children, please be seated in one place. No, Mira, piche. Wait, come. Sit with your friends otherwise. So, yeah. Sachin Tendulkar, when he was playing the World Cup series, he got the news that his father passed away. What was his fault? He came back to India, attended to his father's rituals, went back and completed the series. Only to fulfill his father's dream. Only to stay with his whole team. What was his fault? The list is endless. Saina Nehwal, she had to leave for Olympics. Exactly 2 days before she had to leave for her Olympics, her mother met with a major accident. Doctors told nothing can be told, it's very critical. But Saina left her mother in the care of the doctors, went and played the Olympics and won a gold. What was her fault? But because she was committed, she was dedicated, she wanted to fulfill her mother's dream, Saina Nehwal went there, putting her mother in the care of doctors. Friends, all the celebrity status, what we are saying, each one of them has gone through their share of ups and downs. All of them have gone through issues. But the difference is, they have gone through issues, they had the courage to change their issues, their miseries, their problems into blessings. So this is all about the real life stories. I can keep going and going and going about this for hours together. But tell us, what do we learn from this? If they can do it, we also can do it, right? We can also change. It is only a matter of decision. It is a matter of faith.